Alright, what is up everyone? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to the weekend preview. Today is January 10th, 2016, and it is Sunday evening. Not feeling too well today, I'll be honest with everyone. I apologize because originally I had planned to do a gameplay stream today, and I woke up and I just felt really worn out, under the weather. I felt like I might have had a fever, pretty much had almost a stomach-type bug all day long, and decided to cancel the stream in the best interests of everyone. Thing is, my girlfriend Leanna's been sick all week, so I was worried that maybe I was catching what she had, and I have had some sniffles and issues with my sinuses this week, as you've probably heard if you've watched any of my videos. And so, I decided to take the day mostly to just rest. I ended up sleeping most of today, woke up late afternoon, and then I realized, oh man, we've got to take down our Christmas decorations. That's what we were planning on doing tonight. So we ran through the house doing that, took down all the Christmas decorations, which for me is a very depressing time because I love Christmas. I love the season. I love everything about it. And when the decorations go down, it really feels like, man, we got another year. We got another freaking year to wait before it comes back. And I was pretty depressed about that. I'm feeling a little better now. I'm not great. I still do feel a little bit weak, but I think that what it is, like I said, it's a combination of Leanna's sickness probably taking a different form on me, all right, and whatever the stomach thing was that kind of came over me for half the day, and stress, because I'll be honest with everyone, I have been pretty stressed lately with everything going on with the contract renegotiation, excuse me, with Machinima, the fact that I am now in the midst of my year-end series. And I'm trying to get those out in a timely manner, and I'm trying to entertain you with them, and there's been some YouTube issues I've been dealing with, and I'm trying to get this new channel that I've created partnered with YouTube. I've got a lot of stuff going on in the works, and it's very stressful, and I apologize that I could not, do any gameplay for you today like I had originally scheduled. It was supposed to be Yakuza 5, but I haven't even had a day off during the entire holiday season. I don't know how many people even realize that, but I took no time off. I worked every day through the holiday season, knowing full well what was happening coming January, that this new contract was going to go into effect and that I was going to be making way less money, and I needed to really, pound out as much as I could during December, and I did, luckily, so that was good. And now things, honestly, I knew this was going to happen. Things are slow. There's not a lot of stuff gameplay-wise that I can do to hook a mainstream audience because there's no new games really coming out this month besides Resident Evil 0. And my year-end awards, they're doing all right. I mean, are they the best they've ever been? Absolutely not. Are they terrible? No. They're kind of middle of the road, and I know that more people watch those over time. FYI, my Game of the Year awards did begin on Friday. I know there was some issues where people either weren't able to watch them or they weren't showing up in sub boxes, and the views on them made absolutely no sense for like 7 or 8 hours until after they finally refreshed and showed the real views. It was very confusing, but I started that countdown on Friday, and that will resume tomorrow. We're going to talk about that in this weekend preview video, all right? But the bottom line is, I'm worried, I'm stressed. It is a new year, and I'm feeling positive with all the new games that are going to be coming out starting next month, and the fact that very shortly, this week in particular, I may be launching my new YouTube channel for edited content, and I'm going to hit the ground running with that, with reviews and other stuff, and I'll tell you about that in this video, alright? So I'm feeling great about that, and I hope that you're ready for that. Once it's live, I'll announce it on Twitter, I'll make videos about it, so you'll know all about the new channel once it goes live, okay? But the bottom line is, right now, things are slow, and I'm worried about finances and stuff because I'm looking at how much money I'm making right now, and I'm like, this is like less than half of what I used to make, and that's not good, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay my freaking bills, and it's bothering me, alright? And I would not be surprised if this sickness that hit me today is the result of a lot of that all compiled together, alright? So, it is what it is, alright? I'm over. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be in tip-top shape. Let's talk about what you can expect. Well, obviously, tonight I'm doing the weekend preview, all right? Tomorrow, Monday, January 11th, I will be doing a gameplay stream. It will be Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories again. I had promised that I was going to do it again on Monday, so I'm going to fulfill that promise. That's going to be tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, my Game of the Year awards will resume. I'm going to try to do 2 to 3. We'll see. Maybe if I get a big, invigorating boost or things are going smoothly, maybe I can get even more than that out. But at least at the minimum, I want to do 2 to 3 more Game of the Year awards and put them out tomorrow night, including honorable mentions as well. So there'll basically be like 4 games in the countdown tomorrow night at a minimum. Tuesday is a special day because on Tuesday, there's a possibility I may be appearing on a podcast. If that does happen, great, but I'm not going to promise anything. I'm hoping that it does work out. But what I'm telling you right now, on Tuesday, I'm planning no gameplay stream. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be playing games at all. I will be playing games, and it is going to be Yakuza 5. But I'm going to be doing it offline whenever I'm done with whatever the podcast is. So I may appear on a podcast. If I do, I will send details on how you can hear me and see me on this podcast. In addition to that, there will be gameplay. It will be Yakuza 5, but it just won't be live streamed. It'll be uploaded to DSP Gaming manually like I do when I do offline stuff, okay? And then Tuesday night, more Game of the Year awards. I may or may not finish them that day. I'm not sure yet, okay? Wednesday, a big one. This is one people have been asking me for some 6+ months. Yes, I'm starting Undertale on Wednesday on the PC. And luckily, the game, from what I understand, is not a graphics hog or whatever, so I should be able to run it and stream it and not have any problems with frame drops and stuff like that. Fingers crossed, because who knows? If I start streaming it and the frames are dropping out like crazy, I'm just going to have to turn the stream off. And I'm sorry about that, guys, but I cannot game and stream on my PC at high resolution for graphically demanding games without having that happen. And, you know, a lot of people have suggested workarounds. I've tried them all. Nothing works. The bottom line is this. Either I have to significantly drop the quality of my videos, which I obviously don't want to do. I've had a standard now for over a year. I'm not going to change it now. I'd have to not stream at all, which is a viable option, okay? I would have to basically have choppy videos, which I don't want to do, okay? I don't want to have choppy videos if I'm going to stream and record at the same time. Or I would have to have insanely large file sizes. Like a lot of people say, but Phil, did you hear about Shadow Play? This third-party app thingy for your graphics card that allows you to have the graphics card bear the weight of the capturing? Yes, I've heard of it. Yes, I've tried it. The videos that I make in Shadow Play are up to 5 times as big as what I make now. And to give you some perspective, the videos I make now, for like a video that's 1080p, all right, and the quality that I do for about 10 to 30 minutes, depending, it all depends on the game or how long, is about 1 to 2 gigs in size. So now you're talking increasing that to like 10 gigs per video. Do you have any idea how long that would take to upload to YouTube, to transfer those files around for editing stuff and stuff that I'm going to be doing shortly with editing? I can't quadruple my file sizes. I just can't do it. So with the limited resources I have right now, if I had unlimited money, I would go out and buy a secondary PC, and that would be the capture stream PC while I had the gaming PC, and they'd work in tandem. I don't even have, at this point, I don't even know if I'm going to have enough money to pay my bills for a while because of this change with Machinima. So I can't go spend anything, and unfortunately, no. So I'm not going to be able to do that. I will be playing Undertale on Wednesday. We'll see what happens with the stream. If it works, great. If not, if it's choppy, I'll turn the stream off. I'll play the game offline, and that's just how it's going to have to be. Okay, Wednesday night, I hope to conclude my Game of the Year awards, hopefully, okay, if I have not finished them on Tuesday, all right? So, year-end series will officially conclude at the middle of this week. Now, some people have asked, well, Phil, what about, you said you might do this other series about the best and worst things that happen at DSP Gaming. I'm not even going to bother with it, because the bottom line is I don't think people really care. Most people who care about myself and my business watch these kind of videos and know about everything that's going on with me. And do we really need a countdown that recaps the great things that happened and terrible things that happened in 2015, or should we push forward and work towards the future? I think we should push forward and work towards the future. So I've kind of eliminated that countdown. And by the way, the bottom line is we're in the middle of giant January already. How long are we going to be doing year-end series? You know what I mean? I want to start working on the new channel now. So yes, the Game of the Year awards will continue by the middle of this week, and that'll be it for the year-end series. And then I'm about to explain how it's going to work from then on. So let me get to it. So Thursday, I will return with Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. That will continue on Thursday. And that may or may not be the conclusion of the game, because at this point, I believe I'm 40 or 40-something missions into the game, and the game only has 70 missions tops. So after 2 more major streams of the game, I may actually be finishing it. I don't know. Some people have said that the end of the game is very difficult. So we'll see. But Thursday will be another stream of that, okay? And then Thursday night, I'm going to begin to work on content for the new channel, all right? So immediately, people have been hounding me for a month. Phil, when are you going to do a review for Fallout 4? And when are you going to do a review for Rise of the Tomb Raider? And I have not had a chance. I've been working on year-end videos. I finished those playthroughs while I was in the midst of year-end videos. So there was no way that I could have done reviews for them. So probably Thursday night, I'll probably film a review and maybe start putting editing together and stuff like that. And I'm going to start working on it because that's the stuff that's going to go on the new channel, okay? And then Friday, I'll do another session of Undertale, whether streamed or not streamed, we'll find out. We'll have to see, okay? And then Friday night, again, I'll be working, on the stuff for the new channel. So another review. What I'm hoping is that when I launch this new channel, it's going to have an intro video that explains what the channel is. That'll be the highlighted video. I want to have 1 to 2 reviews ready to go, so when this channel launches, there's actually content for you to watch on it when it launches. And then, the way that this channel is going to work is that at the end of every week, I'm going to recap the best stuff that happened on DSP Gaming in my Raw gameplay as a montage on this channel. So at least once a week, you're going to get a cool highlighted montage video of the stuff going on. So just think how cool that'll be, because at that point, next week, we're going to be having Undertale, right? Might have more Grand Theft Auto, probably more Yakuza 5, and next week is the release of Resident Evil 0. Not this week coming, but the week after, Resident Evil 0. So we're going to have highlights from all those different games in our very first Best of the Week montage. That could be pretty cool. And if I have time, okay, this is only if I have time, I will do a Best of the Week of this week as a launch video for the new channel, all right? So you're going to have multiple reviews. You might have an intro montage and an explanatory kind of introductory video all live on the channel when it goes live, so there'll be stuff to watch over there, and then you can subscribe, you can be active with it and talk to people about it. There's a new channel that Phil's working on. It's totally different from his old stuff. Go check it out, and I think hopefully it'll work out, okay? I know I'm really nervous right now about the future, but the bottom line is if this new channel picks up and takes off and gets decent viewership. I'm not looking for sky-high viewership. I'm looking for decent viewership. And if there's people still continue to watch stuff on DSP Gaming, and if my vlogging picks up like I'm planning on doing, things are going to be okay. But we have to see what happens, all right? So, that's the plan for Thursday and Friday. Saturday, if things go fine, and I'm healthy, and Leanna's healthy, and everyone's healthy, Saturday I will be doing a gameplay stream. It's going to probably be Yakuza or whatever I'm still doing. It depends on what has to complete. Maybe I'll be at the end of Grand Theft Auto. I'll want to do that, all right? And there may or may not be a new DSP Tries It. However, on Saturday, I'm planning on finally going to see Star Wars The Force Awakens. People have been asking me for weeks, Phil, did you see it yet? We want your thoughts on it. Can we get a vlog about it? And I've never watched it yet. We were going to see it yesterday, but Leanna has been sick, and we didn't really do anything yesterday besides go grocery shopping. So hopefully next weekend, right? Fingers, arms, toes crossed here. I can't really cross my toes. Toes crossed that it works. I'm not sick and everything's fine, and we can go see Star Wars finally a month after freaking release, and I'll do a vlog. That'll be one of the big newer vlogs that I'm going to be doing on my vlogging channel, The King of Hate Vlogs. Just like this week I did a vlog on the Oculus Rift. That'll be a special vlog that'll be coming out hopefully this weekend, all right? And then, next weekend, on the weekend preview, I'll talk about the next week where we actually do have that new release, Resident Evil 0, and all that going on. If I have time this week and there's a reason for me to do a special vlog, like there's a news story or something I want to talk about, I will. I actually kind of want to do a follow-up video on the Oculus Rift from earlier this week, because actually more info was released. There were some tweets put out by one of the co-founders of and co-developers of Oculus that kind of raised eyebrows and were like, what the hell? There's some really interesting and good, intelligent debate about the Oculus, both on the video comments from earlier this week and on my forums on thekingofhate.com, and I would actually like to talk about some of that. So there's a chance this week, if I do finish up the year-end series a little early, maybe I'll do a special follow-up video on the Oculus Rift where we kind of embrace some of these topics of discussion, because I think it's worth further discussion. I really do. So all that coming this next week. Pretty exciting, right? I'm pretty excited for it. I hope you are too. It's going to be a fun week. New game in Undertale. We're going to have, concluding and completing games with like Grand Theft Auto, continuing on with Yakuza. Year-end series will conclude with my Game of the Year award picks, which everyone always argues about whether or not I picked the right games or not for the Game of the Year awards. And new content for the new channel. And if things go right, if things go swimmingly, if everything goes fine this week, because by the way, the new channel, I forgot to mention, the new channel is going to be partnered with Machinima under a managed partnership. It's official. I've even signed the paperwork. They left the office before the paperwork went through on Friday night, so they didn't final approve it. But it's going to be in a managed partnership. It's done. It's set in stone. So we're good to go with this new channel. And if everything goes fine this week, if I can get, everything in place for the channel this next weekend. So a week from now, I'll be launching my brand new channel on YouTube, and hopefully people will come right over and start checking out the multiple reviews and the content that I'll be putting up there regularly. Okay? I'm excited for it. I hope you are too. The only other thing left to talk about is Patreon, because I have a positive update for Patreon. Yay! Right? We had a week there where it was kind of uncertain and annoying, and we didn't know what was going on because we had a lot of people who their pledges had been declined for their December pledges, and the Rockathon goal, which we were very close to hitting, was kind of in limbo. I can officially tell you this week, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we hit the goal. We actually had more people pledged to Patreon than ever before this week, or this past month. And actually, once everything cleared, it went very well. We exceeded the goal. So it was funny because we had like 5 or 6 people in there whose pledges were all jammed up. And then when they cleared, it was like, boom, big giant jump. And then we hit the goal. So Rockathon 2.0 is going to happen. I've already created the thread on the kingofhate.com forums where if you were a $5 pledgee in the month of December on my Patreon, you could go there and nominate the songs you want to hear me sing and play. And people already have. And we've got weird ass suggestions like freaking Lady Gaga and pop stuff like that. That's going to be absolutely out of control. And that'll be taking place either at the very end of this month or the very early February, depending on the schedule. I have to take a look, actually. Speaking of the schedule, before we jump the gun, because I know I'm talking about Patreon, but I want to let everyone know, I put up a gaming schedule update last night, right here on the King of Hate vlogs. Watch it, because I need your feedback. I need your comments on what games I should be playing, what games I should be skipping, and already there's over 200 comments on the video. Great suggestions and great discussion of what I should and shouldn't be doing. Thank you for that, and please continue to watch and comment on that video so I know what to do in the next few months, because there's so many games coming out, all right? But back to the subject of Patreon. In addition to that, the good news about December and the Rockathon, the January Patreon stuff has been set up. I've refreshed my Patreon page. It now fully explains things a little bit better. I removed some of the perks that I thought weren't pertinent anymore or people really weren't happy with or weren't looking to get anymore. Because it was funny, I had this $75 goal in 2015 to be a part of my content, and then when it finally came time for people to be a part of my content, out of all the people who had pledged the top goal that year, one person did. One person was in my Christmas special, and everyone else literally responded saying, thanks, Phil, but we don't actually want to take advantage of it. We appreciate that you just put out the content that you do, and we were just trying to support you, but we don't want to be in any part of any video or whatever. So I was like, okay, so then why even have that goal if the majority of people don't really care? Then I'll just make it a more simplified page. And I did. I removed some of the goals that were kind of confusing or weren't pertinent anymore. I rewrote all the text on my Patreon page to make more sense to what's going on now. Because let's face it, last year and this year, totally different situations. Last year, I was adopting Patreon because I was thinking that maybe I could change my formula a little bit. I could do things outside the box, which I did. I played so many different games last year. Minecraft and Persona 4, all these marathons that I did that I never would have done without Patreon, right? But the bottom line is this year, Patreon is really, and I'm being serious about this, guys and gals, it's going to be more of a major way to supplement my income so that I can pay my bills, all right? And it's no longer about, oh, that's candy money to improve the business. I need to be able to pay my bills. And with this new contract renegotiation that I have with Machinima, I'm making so much less money now, especially during the dead months. Like, January is traditionally a very dead month. Things will probably pick up around mid-year, and of course, the end of the year when all the games come out, that's when it really picks up, and I probably have potential to make a lot of money and pay a lot of the stuff off that I probably are going to owe people by the end of the year. But right now, it's dead. Even no matter what I do, I'm kind of dead in the water. So Patreon support is going to be more important than ever, that people are pledging and understanding that as little as $1 a month helps me to keep doing this full time and not have to say, well, I fought the good fight and I tried, but I got to give up the dream now because I can't pay my bills, so I got to go get a 9-to-5 job and goodbye YouTube. I don't want to do that, and I don't think you want to see me do that, right? So that's why I kept trying to really emphasize how important Patreon is this year. There'll be other efforts as well. In fact, I'm already looking into Teespring, which is a company by which you could sell t-shirts, and they're very low cost and, you know, not high profit, but decent amount of profit. If I could get some additional income from there, I'm looking into all these things right now, okay? But please, if you like what I do on a daily basis, okay? You like the live streams. You like my new initiatives. I'm going to be doing more vlogging. I'm going to be doing edited content on a weekly basis. I'm going to still do the gameplay on a daily basis. You like this plan? You want to see this succeed? Please check out Patreon. And like I said, as little as $1. I'm trying to point and you're not seeing my finger. There it is. As little as $1, the bottom corner down here, helps. And, you know, it really does at this point. Now, this month's goal, the return of the Patron's Choice playthrough. I haven't done this since the summer of 2015 because the hardcore gaming season was so busy, there was no way that I was going to be able to do it. It returns this month. So what this means is if you pledge $5 or more and we hit my funding goal for January, all right, all during February, you're going to be able to nominate games you want to see me play during a special Patron's Choice event starting in March. And then during the months of February and early March, you'll be voting, and the winner of the votes will be the game that I play. Now, previously, games like Minecraft, Persona 4, and Fallout New Vegas have won this, and I think all of those turned into great playthroughs, right? So this has high potential to be something very special. It could be outside of the comfort zone of what I'm used to playing, especially, like I like to keep saying that Persona 4 was a game that wasn't even anywhere on my radar, and when I played it, I freaking loved it. I would love to experience even more games this way, okay? So, this month, if you pledge $5, you can be in on that. You can actually control the fate of everything here, right? It's an immense amount of power. It's time for your voice to be heard, and it's a good way for me to raise funds so I can pay my bills. So there you go. It all goes hand in hand, right? So check it out, patreon.com/DarksidePhil. Hopefully you'll pledge this month. You'll get in on the Patron's Choice stuff. We'll hit the goal. We'll be able to do it. And like I said, it'll be February, the nominations, and then voting through February and March, and it'll start sometime in March. The way it works is I guarantee I'll play at least 4 major sessions, all right? And I know there's a lot of games coming out, but I think that this mid-March is a good time to do it, because then I could have like a session a week, maybe 2 sessions a week, and it shouldn't interfere too much with the other stuff out at the time. But I have to do it before April, because oh my god, April, holy shit, there's so much stuff coming out in April, it's insane, and I know I'm going to be really inundated with games at that point, so. Alright, everyone, so that's pretty much it. I know I'm talking about 5 billion fucking topics like I always do in these videos. I thank you for being patient. Sorry about today, me being under the weather, and hopefully I can shake this thing and not be sick this week and not be stressed out and be more positive about the future, but it's tough, man. It's tough when, since 2007, I've been doing this as a hobby, okay? Since 2011, I've been doing it for work. And when I go and I look, okay, well, I'm under my new contract. Let's see what I made so far this month. And I look and it's like, that's not even enough to pay one of my mortgages. That's a problem. And that's why I'm a little nervous. That's why, admittedly, it's getting to me. All right. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I got to move forward positively. And that's the only way we're ever going to be successful, is to be positive and hit these roadblocks and jump the hurdles. If the new channel is successful, if the new vlogging is successful, if people continue to watch the stuff on DSP Gaming, it will work out. But I need your support. And of course, Patreon if you can, because that helps too. And with the new initiatives, like I said, Teespring and other stuff that'll be coming up, hopefully you'll jump on those too. All right. So, thank you everyone for watching the Weekend Preview. It's going to be a fun week. Without further ado, thank you to the following December patrons who made the Rockathon 2.0 possible, and I cannot wait to do it. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you for new stuff this week. Peace out. Oops, I hit my mic.